beautiful friends of the internet. So, in the beginning of the year in 2025, everyone was filming these like 25 books that I need to read in 2025 or 25 books that you need to read in 2025. It is now May and I'm going to be filming 25 books that I still need to read in 2025. These are the books that I'm prioritizing for the rest of the year. I don't ever have like a set in stone TBR, but these are the books that are the books that I need to read as soon as possible. So that's what I'm filming today. It's kind of like a sin that I haven't read these books yet. I kind of feel like I'm committing crimes, like I should be jailed. So I'm going to be sharing these 25 books with you and my reasoning as to why I just feel like I need to get to it as soon as possible. So I do have like a bunch of classics here. I'm a little bit of a fictional version, if you will, because I read so much nonfiction throughout my life and I just started reading fiction within the last few years. So there are so many awesome like classic books that I have not read yet. First one is East of Eden by John Steinbeck. I've showed this in videos before. I keep saying I'm going to get to it soon. I'm intimidated by the huge size, and the size of the font is very tiny, and people say that you kind of have to understand the Bible a little bit to get the full picture of this one, so I've been intimidated, but that's not a reason for me not to read something. So I'm gonna give this one a shot, but it's just like a family drama. I do really like John Steinbeck, so I would like to read more from him, so that's why I just really would like to get to this one. Everyone always tells me how fantastic this book is. Another one, I really liked The Stranger by Albert Camus, so I would like to read more from him. I have The Plague here. It's about, of course, a deadly plague, and people are forced to quarantine, and sounds a little too close to home, but I really like Albert Camus and his absurdist, like, existentialism. I don't know. I love questioning, like, the meaning of life and what is our purpose, and is life meaningless? I don't know, you tell me. I'm ashamed that I do not have tea or coffee in this video. Bear with me. Next, I really wanted to read The Great Gatsby. I know, it's a sin. It's a sin. I have not read this book yet, but it's about yearning and longing, and like that's literally my favorite thing in the entire world. I mean, it's painful to experience, but I love reading about it because that's all that I do is yearn. So I just feel like this, everyone is like, you have to read this book, you're going to love it, you're going to love it. Like, I get recommended this so often and I still have not read it, and I just feel like it's sinful at this point. Another one I feel like is kind of sinful, Franz Kafka, The Metamorphosis and Other Stories, his little short stories here. I have been meaning to read this for probably years now, literal years, and I still haven't read it. I would love to check out Kafka's work. I just feel like it's right up my alley. What is my excuse at this point? I don't know. I can't find it. I don't have one. If you don't know about The Metamorphosis, it's about like an ordinary guy who's transformed into a bug, like a cockroach, I believe. And he basically just explores alienation and the absurdity of daily life. And that's something I love to read about and explore. So yeah, I really need to get to that one soon. Please, someone force me. I've been really into transgressive fiction, and so I've been trying to read like the classics, the well-known books. And two that I have here, the first one is Last Exit to Brooklyn by Hubert Selby Jr. So I think this one follows the lives of 3 different people, and 2 of them are sex workers. It kind of follows like the outsiders of society, the sex workers, the junkies, etc., and just kind of shows this raw portrayal of how marginalized groups of people are treated. Apparently it's super disturbing, it's super fucked up, and it's one that I've been dying to read for a long time, because every time I see these like most disturbing book videos or whatever, they always recommend this book. So I've really been looking forward to finally reading this one. And then another one that I'm gonna take a shot at, I'm probably going to hate it, is Naked Lunch by William S. Burroughs. Yeah, I can't even tell you what this book is about. It's like this insane, just like incoherent babbling, pretty much, showing like raw truths about society. It's just a bunch of nonsense from what I hear. It's like completely disgusting and fucked up and just batshit insane. No one can even tell you what this book is about. And I'm gonna take a shot at it. Stay tuned. 2 more books about longing and yearning and unrequited love and sadness. Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin. This is about a man who's married to a woman, and I think his wife is away. Yeah, she's away on vacation, and he falls in love with a man, and they enter this affair, and obviously he can't be with that man in order to be like safe and have a safe marriage. So it's this unrequited love trope where these 2 people can't be together, and everyone always recommends this book to me. It sounds like something that might destroy my life, and therefore I need to read it. An Apprenticeship or the Book of Pleasures by Clarice Lispector. This is another sad book about yearning. This is about a woman who has some like commitment issues. She's afraid of intimacy. She falls in love with someone, and it's basically a book about how you have to be fully yourself and okay with yourself in order to love another person and be successful in that relationship. And yeah, another one that everyone always recommends when talking about yearning and love, and I would love to check out Clarice Lispector. She's a very well-known, respected author, and everyone always has great things to say about her. The Sun Also Rises by Ernest Hemingway. Another one that I am ashamed I have not read. This one, from what I understand, is about a man and a woman who love each other but can't be together because he was injured in the war and is sexually impotent, I think. And basically this book, again, I sound completely batshit. But another book about longing. But yeah, this book is kind of like Less Than Zero vibes. We're following a bunch of people searching for a life with meaning, and it just sounds so up my alley. And I hear that it's sad and bleak, and therefore I need to read it as soon as possible. Another book about longing and yearning and unrequited love that I'm ashamed that I have not read yet because the entire internet recommends it to me all the time is Call Me By Your Name. It is about a 17-year-old who falls in love with like a guest at his parents' house or mansion or whatever, summer house, I don't know. And he is 24, and basically they fall in love, and it's following this like first love and obsession, navigating this like passionate, vulnerable love affair. I hear there are some absolutely ridiculous scenes in here though, involving fruit and other toilets. What the actual fuck? I don't know. What am I getting into? Let's switch gears for a second. I'm ashamed that I still have not read Slouching Towards Bethlehem by Joan Didion. This is probably like her most popular book, and I read part of it. I just never finished it, so I need to finish it this year. I've been on a huge like Joan Didion kick in 2025, and like I'm like, how did I not read like her most popular book? This is just a nonfiction essay collection, mostly about like California in the 60s. Mostly just focuses on identity, the collapse of society, just like a raw, honest look at life. Yeah, Listen, I've read so many of her other works and I just need to read that one. Another one that I started and did not finish, I need to restart it because I just wasn't in the right headspace, was The Elementary Particles by Michel Houellebecq. Is that how you pronounce his last name? Listen, I go by Google Translate and it's always fucking wrong. And then I say things in videos and people are like, what are you saying? That's not how you pronounce it. And I'm like, Google literally, like, I will sit here, I edit it out, but I'll sit here on Google and it tells me things and I repeat it for the camera and it's wrong. It's embarrassing. And the next author I'm about to talk about too, wrong. But yeah, this one, I just really need to check out Michel because his books sound so up my alley, like the satirical, meta aspects of his books sound so me and so just something I need to read. The book is basically just following these two brothers. One is a molecular biologist and all I know is that they get the chance to experience genuine love. That's all that I know. It's basically just satire looking at like consumerism, materialism, and like unchecked scientific experimentation. That's all that I know going into this book. But I know Bret Easton Ellis is a huge fan and like I've also had a couple other people recommend his work to me and say that it's probably something that I would enjoy. Therefore, I just need to know. I need to check it out. I do own a couple books by him, so I'm hoping that I like them. And then another author that I've been wanting to check out for a while is Martin Amis. Again, I pronounced his last name differently in a different video. And people were like, what are you saying? Google Translate told me to pronounce his name some crazy fucking way. Okay, don't hate the player, hate the game. So this one is London Fields. Someone that I adore recommended this book to me and therefore I need to read it, but it is very long, so I haven't gotten to it yet. From what I understand, this is just a super pretentious, confusing murder mystery. The synopsis of the book doesn't even make sense to me. It's about, I don't know, it's about a woman who's orchestrating her own extinction. The murderer may be Keith, a violent lowlife whose only passions are porn and darts, or the rich, honorable, romantic guy. As she leads her suitors toward the precipice, London, and indeed the entire world, seems to shamble after them in a funny narrative of complexity and searing moral vision. A comic murder mystery, an apocalyptic satire, a meditation on love and death and nuclear winter. Speaking of a book that was recommended to me by someone that I adore, my friend Sophie sent me this book and I still need to read it. I keep saying I'm going to read it and then I just end up falling behind, but it's The Antarctica of Love by Sarah Stridsberg. All I know is this is about someone who was a victim of a violent crime. It says that she was a neglected child, a sex worker, a drug user, an unreliable mother, and a daughter with family lost and found. We feel her dreams, fears, griefs, and passions. We see moments of her life with unexpected tenderness and hope, and we still never know her name. So she's this like nameless victim. I don't really know much about this book. I'm going in pretty blind. From what I know, it's just like a slow burn story. I don't really know much else, but I do trust my friend Sophie, and this is her favorite book of all time, so therefore this is why I need to read this one. Our tastes typically line up for the most part, give or take, so we'll see. Another person that I adore who sent me this book here, my friend Chris sent me Strange Weather in Tokyo by Hiromi Kawakami. This is his favorite author of all time, so he sent me one of her books, and this is another one I keep meaning to get to and then get sidetracked by everything else going on. I don't know too much about this one. It's another just like slow burn literary fiction book. It's about this 38-year-old woman who works in an office and lives alone, and one night she happens to meet one of her former high school teachers in a local bar. He's 30 years her senior, retired, and a widower. Their relationship develops from acknowledgement to one another to a hesitant intimacy, which turns into love. Okay, so this might be up my alley. It's kind of like slow burn romance. He also said it's about a girl picking mushrooms for half the book, which made me a little bit nervous, so we'll see. I talked about Joan Didion. I still need to read Eve Babbitt's Slow Days, Fast Company. This is another essay collection similar to Slouching Towards Bethlehem. This is her essay collection about 1970s California and just like longing and fame and life. Everyone always recommends her work to me because they see the type of books that I've been reading and they're like, you will love it. So I'm going to give this one a go based on everyone else's recommendations. Some authors that I love that I still need to read some books from. The first one is Oteza Moshfegh, Death in Her Hands. This one is my last Oteza Moshfegh novel that I need to read. I still have her short story collection. I need to read that, and I need to read this one. So this one is kind of a little bit of a thriller vibe. It has lots of animal death in it, FYI, because I was going to pick this for a book club pick in my Patreon, and I was like, never mind. A lot of people have animal cruelty triggers. So yeah, that's all that I know about this one. So she comes across a note one day walking her dog, and it says, no one will ever know who killed her. It wasn't me, but here's her dead body. And there's no dead body. So she becomes like obsessed with this mystery and trying to figure out what the hell happened and kind of what's going on in the town. I absolutely love Oteza Moshfegh's writing. I love her other books. I'm hoping that this one will be another one that I love. And then I also love Dennis Cooper. I would love to read Frisk with my friend McKay. Hopefully we can buddy read it this year. All I know, this is the second book in the George Miles cycle. You don't have to read them in order, I believe. Once again, his exploration of sex and death. And this time it's through a snuff film story. So I'm super intrigued to get to this one. It's probably disturbing and fucked up and wild, so say no more. Jay McInerney, Bright Lights, Big City. I bought this a while ago. I've been meaning to read it for a while. I really love Story of My Life by him. And this one is another satirical novel about cocaine use in New York. Kind of just has a similar vibe to Bret Easton Ellis. Therefore, I need to read this one and see what all the hype is about because a lot of people love this book. Another author that I love is Anna Dorn. She just writes funny lit fic. That's what she writes. She writes like funny, satirical, literary fiction. And she did come out with a new book this year called The Really Dead Wives of New Jersey under the name Astred Doll, which is the fictionalized character in Perfume and Pain. So it's Anna Dorn. And this is just like a satirical, funny take on reality TV and just how stupid those people are. But yeah, there's like a murder that happens and you have to try to figure out this like murder mystery. It's a thriller. I don't know, it sounds like a fun, easy, entertaining read for when I don't want to read something super dense or heavy. Another new release from this year is Immaculate Conception by Ling Ling Huang. This is about two best friends. There's basically some technology where the one friend can enter the other friend's brain and kind of like hack into her memories and subconscious and trauma and things of that nature. It has a lot of like art talk in it. I don't know. I'll see how this goes. I really liked Natural Beauty by this author, so I'm gonna give this one a go, maybe film a video on it. Another book that I'm absolutely ashamed that I have not read yet is The Road by Cormac McCarthy, a bleak, transgressive novel that everyone has read but me, and been recommended this a million times by people. All I know is this is about a father and a son, and it's like a post-apocalyptic novel. That's supposed to be super depressing, like I said, so sign me up. I don't know why I haven't read it yet. Another book that sounds depressing is No Longer Human by Osamu Dazai. I've been wanting to check out Dazai for quite some time because my friend constantly is raving about this author. But this one is about a man who he lives a seemingly normal life while he feels himself incapable of understanding human beings. He becomes a clown in school to mask his alienation. He's eventually led to a failed suicide attempt as an adult. This just sounds really heavy because I know this author did die by suicide. So I feel like a lot of his work was probably him trying to work his own shit out. So I just feel like his books probably hit heavier for that reason. But yeah, any kind of exploration of like alienation and mental health issues I love reading about. And then I have two memoirs here. The first one is Just Kids by Patti Smith. I want to read this because the entire internet is obsessed with this and I just need to see what all the hype is about. So this is about Patti Smith, obviously. And this is her memoir about her basically being in a relationship with this photographer and kind of their love and longing. It's basically just about art and love and poetry, and I just hear that a lot of people are obsessed with this relationship going on in this memoir, so I just absolutely need to know. I just need to know. That's my reason. And then last but not least, my 25th book is Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. I've been seeing this everywhere online for years now. I've been wanting to read this for years, and it's Dolly Alderton's memoir about love. Kind of growing up and becoming an adult and experiencing love and the loss of love and friendships and horrible dates. And I constantly see people raving about how beautiful this memoir is, how heartfelt it is. I see quotes about it online. So I need to check it out. Listen, I am in my love and yearning era. So anything about that topic, I clearly need to read in 2025. What is happening to me? I don't know. I'm a mess is what's happening to me. So yeah, I hope maybe you've seen some books in this video that you still need to read and you will read with me in 2025 and we can get through our TBR together before we croak. With that being said, have a lovely day. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.